In your prime, if you were playing right now, yourself in your physical prime, how would you match up against the guys who are out there playing today? I know people talk all the time about guys getting bigger and conditioning habits changing. You in your prime, but given your size and the conditioning that you guys did during the off season, then how would you hold up today, do you think?
Well, I think I'd probably only get about 20 goals. Now, I am 50 years old. But no, I think that when you can ask that question, Mike, I think across the board, whether it be 10 years ago or 20 or even 30 or 40 years ago. And I think that when you look at it, I think the top players would be top players in most ages and categories. And one of the things that I was very fortunate to have as an asset is I was pretty fast, and so the game is fast right now. So I think that would lend itself well from that standpoint. And I mean, Rod would be able to do very well too, just because he was so smart and so strong. And sometimes you think, you know, players, the game 15 years ago where there was a lot of clutching and grabbing and it got slowed down at some point because so much was let go. Now it has opened up, and now it's starting to kind of get a little bit to that stage again, but I think that it's still a much more open game. You know, the smart players will be smart, and I think the fast players will be fast in most any era. But it is don't get me wrong, this is a faster game now than it's ever been. And I think that it's faster right from player 1 through 20 versus from player 1 through 8. And I think that is maybe the biggest difference. Your third and fourth line players are so much better, I think, in a lot of respects, because they're all faster, they're all bigger, they're all stronger. And I think that when you are able to fill an entire roster with quality players, you're just going to have a better hockey game.
Same question, Rob. What do you think? How would you hold up, you in your prime in the NHL in 2010, 2011?
Well, first, let's talk about Mike. I think Mike would be probably faster if he was playing today because of the no hooking and holding when he was trying to get loose from Gillies and some of the other big, strong forwards to slow him down so Potvin could line him up and try to give a hip check. But for me, I think I played it without a red line before in college, so I think it wouldn't be much of a difference for me. It's just the speed level would change, the way I would, give players a little bit more room than normal, because I knew that, the two-line passes would be, stop the play, but now it's wide open. You can't let anyone behind you, and I think, again, smart players, like Mike was saying, can adapt. I think I was one that, if the rules change, you have to adapt your play. I couldn't, break my stick across somebody's back in front of the net. I would get penalized. But I think in the situation, there's still ways to get around to, I guess, gain respect and make the opponents pay to get in front of my net and to try to score goals against us. So, again, it's the quality players. I don't care whatever, Bobby Orr, Gordie Howe, the old players, they could play now and be superstars now too. And it's just an adaptation, really, what goes on and what the rules are when you're playing.